Well, Danny, where do we start with that?
Yeah, similar emotions, I think, to the Grimsby game earlier in the season. Albeit we had 10 men for that one, but at times it felt like it in terms of that last 5 minutes and them bombarding us and we clearing it, and it was going straight back to them. And like I say, my phrase I use a lot is it's over to the players in those moments. They have to take responsibility, they have to show some courage. And by God, those lads showed some courage today.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, perfect start though, wasn't it? You know, getting the goal after 3 minutes, and what a move as well it was.
Great goal. Actually, free kick played quickly out wide before you know it. Mandeville, another assist. Won't let us see the end of it. And a great finish from Dobbs. And I just thought we started the game really well. And the message at half time was start the second half like we did the first half. I think a few times this season, and last season, funny enough, we started second halves really, say poorly, but we gave other teams set pieces and free kicks and gave them a bit of initiative. That wasn't the case today. Yes, while it was 1-0 and you sort of a few lads out there with aches and pains and playing through niggles and fatigues kicking in, you are hoping and praying that they don't score. When they do get a good chance, you rely on your goalkeeper. Like I say, that's a couple of clean sheets on the trot now for Max, and what a fantastic save that was.
Yeah, it was towards the end, wasn't it? That first half a bit cagey though, neither side with really too many opportunities other than the goal though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I thought we probably, I say dominated the game, it's disrespectful, but I thought we were the better team in the first half, and I thought the scoreline justified that. But second half, with their physicality, they're chasing it, they've got nothing to lose. Obviously, we're rotating players around, and we weren't massive at the start, but by the end of it, they were like the Giants going up against us, weren't they, for the corners and free kicks, and when they were just loading it from open play. Like I said earlier, the boys showed a lot of courage, and the support delivered so well for us in that last 20 minutes. It did well all game, but especially that last 20 minutes, because we needed them. Sometimes the staff, we need them, we look behind and need them cheering us on, and they were fantastic today. I
think the manager asked for that as well in his pre-match press conference, didn't he? That he needed the fans, and boy did they deliver the last 20 minutes. But another injury to Ryan Kolkov as well. Is it the same injury as before?
It looks like it's his soleus, like the lower part of your calf, similar thing to Paddy Madden and Lewis Gordon. So, like I said yesterday about going into too much, is we don't just put it all down to bad luck, sweep it all under the carpet. Oh, never mind, that's bad luck. We've got a lot of injuries, so we want to address that. We want to make sure that we try and look into it deep enough that isn't an ongoing factor when they're all back, and hopefully they are all back come January and February, or most of them. So yeah, really disappointing. It does feel like there's one a game at least at the moment, and if that continues, then we will be the real bare bones. But if you looked at our actual 11 today that started, I don't think there's many teams in the league would have that quality on the pitch, so we can't moan too much.
Second half though, backs against the wall, obviously they hit the post twice, but you had your opportunities as well. But yeah, let's turn on that point. On the 91st minute, Max Thompson pulling off that instinctive save. I mean, what to say? Fantastic
save, and I'm pleased for him. Him and Booty have been excellent this season, the pair of them. And at the minute it's Max's turn, and he's keeping that shirt with both hands, and he's really grabbing onto it at the moment by pulling off saves like that. I thought he was calm throughout. He gave a calmness and a confidence to a back four, which you need. You need a goalie behind you trust, and the boys trust him and Boot. So the goals against table starting to look a little bit nicer now. Yeah, this is a big win, and against they're a good side, aren't they? You could see that in the options that they've got going forward. So this is a big win, isn't it? They are a good side. I think they play a very different brand of football with the 3 up. Obviously, Bugle wasn't involved today, and we did a lot of our research and planning on him playing because he's such a threat and a physical presence. But Piggott is a similar type of player, so it was a bit like for like. If you look across their back line, they're big boys at midfield. They were a very big physical team. Most of the teams in this league are big and physical, but I thought they're probably the biggest we've come against. And like I said, you've got Dylan Mark-Andy back there at the end, marking for corners and things that I really like to see. We all like to see as staff. And I keep saying that was a performance of courage today. There was quality, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you have to grind, you have to grit your teeth, you have to be scrappy, and we were that. While showing at times, the goal was a perfect example of the quality that we've got within this team. Yeah, you dropped a 3 at the back towards the back end, didn't you, as well? Was that just to try and get, an extra body in midfield? I think we were trying to go to a flat 10 at one point, or about that. But listen, needs must. The gaffer's got that experience when he knows what to do and change it. And like I say, more times with the gaffer, he gets it bang on, and today he did. A couple of more injury issues. Obviously, you were waiting on a scan for Tyrone Williams. How's that? Yeah, still haven't got the results, but I'm not being too optimistic on that one, if I'm perfectly honest. He's got his arm in a sling in there, bless him. So that's a tough one to take because he was playing ever so well. But Tom Naylor steps in today and does ever so well. So what we've got to make sure that doesn't happen is all of a sudden, like I say, you keep getting a player a game injured. Because then, by the law of mathematics, you're going to run out of players. So we have to make sure that doesn't happen. We've got to wrap them up in cotton wool now and go to a very tough place at Fleetwood.
You might want to quell this one, but I understand the injury to Lewis Gordon's a lot worse than actually first thought.
I think so, yeah. I didn't mention too much yesterday, but I think that'll be a couple of months, which is a massive blow, because he's another one who's been one of our best players, and you think if he carried on playing, he'd probably be one of them in the frame for being Player of the Year. He's been that consistent, but that's a long way off. Lewis is with us for the long term, obviously. He's a big part of our plans going forward, and he's the first one in there, high-fiving Brandon and Harvey, who took his places today.
Is there anything you can do? Can you bring in any of the under-21s, for example, to come in? I mean, obviously maybe not started, but to bolster the sub-bench maybe?
Yeah, I don't think we're there yet. Paul. I totally agree with you saying that, and that wouldn't be something we would be against doing if needs must. As I say, we have to try and assess and look into why we've got so many injuries. Might be bad luck, might not be. That's something as a football club we look into. But at the same time, I think at the minute, if you looked at our starting 11 and subs that are coming on, I think a lot of League Two clubs would swap places of us. So we can't moan and grumble too much, whilst also being a little bit tentative and cautious of not getting any more.